What's going on, guys? Fun of Thighs back again, and you are looking at some of my favorite folding knives. And the manufacturer of these folding knives is ZT, or Zero Tolerance. Now, I'm not necessarily a fanboy of ZT because I don't really love everything they produce, but if I had to choose my favorite folding knife manufacturer, it would be these guys. Now, that's not to say I don't have a whole lot of love for brands like Spyderco, Kershaw, even Cold Steel. I mean, the list goes on and on. But really, the point of this video is to show you that I have an addition to the collection, as the title would suggest. And some of you might be wondering why I didn't do an unboxing, and that's because I've been kind of slacking on the videos recently. If you guys follow the channel, you know that I like to do unboxings to kind of share my enthusiasm about what I've got coming in, show you guys what's upcoming for reviews and that sort of thing. And really, it's nice to engage with people that are viewers, subscribers, and people that are into the knife hobby as well. And like I said, kind of been slacking. So I actually got this knife for Christmas, and I have been carrying it and using it. So I can't really do a true unboxing. It's no longer a new knife. I don't really have any initial impressions anymore because it's kind of in the carry lineup here. It's kind of been circulating in and out of my pocket. But I just wanted to make this video a little bit different, go over my current or my former ZT collection before I had the new edition. Now, this, starting from the left-hand side, is a ZT0095. Love this knife. Definitely top 5 of the knives I own. And still gets a ton of pocket time, even though it's been reviewed and featured in a ton of videos. The 0220, of course, has a special place in my heart for being my favorite knife to date. It's almost been dethroned a few times, but it's still holding that #1 spot since the day I got it. This thing is just near perfection in my eyes. Can't really tell you why. It's not my best performing knife. It's not the most efficient or anything like that. It just happens to be my favorite. Now, this one here, the 0456, is a Sinkovich design, which is kind of alluding to my new edition. Probably the most intricate, and this has still got some use on it from a couple days ago. Which, I always hesitate to put knives that have some gunk on them from cutting or anything on camera, because people are always, you need to clean your knives before you put them on camera, and I don't really think that's the case. I'd rather show you guys that I use my knives pretty frequently, that I'm getting use on them for the reviews that I do, rather than just kind of holding on to them for a couple of days, cutting a few things, and then immediately spitting out the review, hoping to get views, which is, I think, what a lot of channels do. I think it's a very successful system, but I'd rather spend weeks or months having that knife in and out of pocket. And of course, I have a a rotating maintenance schedule that I have with my knives. This 0801 BW I know is going to be dirty because I carried it yesterday. You'll notice something with my former ZT collection is that they're all titanium frame locks. In fact, they're all completely titanium with their respective steels. S35VN for these two, I believe, CTS 204P, and Bowler's LMAX on that 0801. It's an older model, but they're all fairly the same as far as construction goes. I mean, these two have standoffs, the two black wash ones, and these have aluminum backspacers in varying colors. But I think the knife that I'm about to show you, the newest edition, has some features I haven't seen from a ZT knife to date, at least that I've owned. I know of tons of ones in the past, I just haven't had the opportunity to own one. So, without further ado, we're almost 4 minutes in, you haven't seen the new knife, here it is. And yes, it's extremely dirty, I carried it today. It is the 0460, also a Sinkovich design. Now, I don't want to go super in depth here and make this a crazy long video, but all you really need to know is that I am stoked to have another ZT in my life, and I am pleasantly surprised with this one. So we'll just do a quick rundown of what this thing is made out of, maybe a few size comparisons with the ones I have here, and we'll call it good. Now, this is new for me because it's carbon fiber. I've had carbon fiber knives in the past, but never one from ZT, and this is actually colored carbon fiber. I think this is their bronze coloration. Kind of looks like a rust red, but I think it's pretty cool. I'm not incredibly sold on carbon fiber, but I think ZT does it well. Seems to be very good quality. There's no noticeable imperfections or anything like that, and it's actually shaped quite nicely. Like the other 4 previous knives, this is a titanium frame lock, steel lock bar insert that doubles as your over travel stop. Kind of standard from ZT, but the blade here, something completely new for me, is that upswept tip. Now, it's not exaggerated, but it definitely goes up quite a bit from the pivot line. You can see the pivot line go here. This is moving up almost half an inch in that direction, giving you a whole lot of belly and a whole lot of a cutting edge for not a huge knife. Now, I can immediately tell you my favorite part of this knife so far is the intricacies of the milling and the chamfers, which is really not new in my case. That's kind of what I like. But you can see here that kind of fluting going on right here on that carbon fiber directly matches the titanium side. And I love those milling lines. I love the intricacy of what some of these companies do with their titanium, carbon fiber, you name it. The chamfers have that same kind of texture to them. You see this knife is very curved in its design. That will definitely play in the ergonomics I'll talk to in just a minute. Standard hardware, T6, T8. It's even got some lint from my pocket behind that clip. The clip's already got some wear on it. It does say 0 tolerance there. You're going to get about that much out of the pocket. It carries very nice just because of the shape. Kind of points to the back side of your pocket, leaving this entire section of your pocket very open for your phone or whatever else you're going to put in it. Now, please ignore all the tape residue on this thing, but I'll just show you guys the blade. 0460 Kai USA, Sinkovich design, S35VN steel, and then ZT written here. You got a two-tone, you got stone wash on those flats, I believe on the spine as well, yep. And then a kind of a horizontal satin going on the grind. Now, this thing is a very good slicer, starting from about an 1/8 inch stock, 0.12 or so, and it has a very high flat grind, meaning you're going to get somewhat of a keen edge, just like the 0095. In fact, these are kind of reminiscent of each other as far as the blade structure itself goes, this one obviously being a lot thinner. But I love how the blade has been performing. This shape isn't perfect for everything, but the task that it's good at, it's very good at. The flipper here is fairly small. There is no jimping on it really to speak of. There's kind of 1 or 2 lines that don't give you a whole lot of traction anyway, but it fires reliably. It's not the easiest flipper to hit, but it has an insanely good action, great detent, sucks that knife right back in there, perfect centering, all the things you would expect from ZT anyway, but I felt inclined to point them out. There's no metal backing or titanium or anything behind this carbon fiber. This is a CF scale alone on this side, really lightening the weight here. But really, I think this is a perfect addition to my little ZT collection going on. I know a lot of you guys will have 20 ZTs. Some of you guys don't have one. If you don't have a ZT, I would highly encourage you to find one that you like and at least check it out, because they're just, I don't know why, they just speak to me on so many levels. They're built so well. They got great materials. They're USA made. I think some of them have great colors. I don't know. They're not the best knives, quote unquote, for slicing, for cutting, for all tasks. They're definitely not cheap. But I'm slowly getting my collection up, and I'm hoping you guys will share in my excitement for the 0460, which I'll have an upcoming review. Shouldn't be too far away now that I've actually had almost 3 weeks of use on it. It's been in and out of the pocket, and honestly, it's about time to clean all my ZTs, because I'm probably going to carry a few throughout this upcoming week. So thanks for watching, guys. As always, let me know if you guys have an 0460, your experience with it so far. I'm pleasantly surprised, and honestly, the ergonomics was, almost forgot to mention this here, the ergonomics were something I was kind of concerned about when this knife came out, because it has a similar handle structure, handle shape as its predecessor from Sinkovich, where it has this kind of hump here towards the back. It goes right behind your ring finger, and this one barely fits my hand. It's not uncomfortable, but if they were to shorten this knife up in any aspect, I'd have somewhat of a hot spot there. Worried about the same thing here, and I'm here to tell you that it actually fits. You can see it fits just perfect. Now, it's not quite as comfortable. It's thinner. It's meant to be easily carried, but it's definitely not uncomfortable. I haven't noticed any hot spots of any sort, and it really lends itself well in a pinch grip. So I do like the grip quite a bit. I did see that in 2018 they came out with a larger version of this in a red carbon fiber. I don't know. I'll have to see on that one. I'd like to get it in hand, check it out, maybe get it at some point in the future. But I'm excited for the new, I think it was 3 models ZT came out with. They continue to impress. Like I said, I don't love everything that they come out with, and here I'm just rambling towards the end of the video, trying to wrap it up. I don't love everything they make, but most things are definitely on a wish list somewhere for me. So thanks for watching, guys, as always, and remember, have fun with your knives.